Actually, can I see that so I make sure everybody has it? Well, everybody should have 3, actually. Everybody needs one of these.
I don't think I put those.
Yeah. Okay. So you should have, yep, that one, that one. You've got that one. You've got these 2. I have some. Okay. Yeah. She's getting you the other one. She's getting you the other one. Oh, you've got that one. You don't necessarily need the whole packet. I just couldn't find the single sheet ones. Yes, that's the one. Yep. I do have some. Got something? Oh, that's the broken one. That's a broken one.
I thought I brought one. I didn't.
Thank you.
Just enough. Christy, we're short one pencil. I have to share with.
Somebody, is that somebody?
Oh, you can use that one. That's ours. Okay, so as we start to think about our baseline testing, I want to talk about shoes for a minute. So, a couple things to understand. The things that are going to change how we are able to maintain balance is the surface we're standing on. So everything I talked about before is intrinsic things, how your body's functioning, right? There's extrinsic things, things outside of your body that you do have more control over that affect your balance. What do you have on your feet affects your balance. So the softer the shoe, the less supportive, the less it's going to be controlling on your feet. So the more firm the shoe is, the more firm the cup of the heel is, the more it's going to hold your foot and ankle stable and theoretically make you feel more stable. But that being said, the firmer or harder the shoe is, the less your feet can sort of sense the ground and sense how much bearing weight you're doing on your feet and what your muscles in your feet are doing. So the first couple exercises we're going to do together aren't even exercises. They're what I call body awareness exercises. And they're not on your sheets. This is just more of a thinking and feeling exercise. So with the shoe thing, you can either do these with shoes on or shoes off, all of this stuff. You can do shoes on, shoes off. It's going to be a little bit more challenging with bare feet or sock-footed with shoes off, but you get the benefit of really trying to feel what your feet are doing and what your toes are doing. So it's your choice, but just, experiment with that at home if you don't want to take your shoes off here. So for this first part, I'm actually going to have you stand and put your papers on your chairs, and we can actually, if you feel sturdy and comfortable, you don't need to come to the bar. If you feel like you're more comfortable holding onto the bar, step forward to the bar. It's not going to be, we're not doing anything crazy. We're only standing. So just step away from your chair so you have some space. And all we're going to do right now is you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. And all I want you to do is become aware of what your body feels like. So I want you to feel where do you feel weight through your feet? Do you feel weight through your feet, the whole surface of your foot? Do you feel the weight in the back of the foot or the front of the foot? Can everybody sense something in your feet, like where it's contacting the ground?
But it shifts. That's one of the balance issues in your body.
You feel it.
Stable. How it.
So you feel.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's on front.
Okay. Okay. So there's some activity down there. That's good.
It's up here, and it's right.
That's good. Okay. So now I want you to think about right to left. Is there equal amount of pressure on the right side versus the left side? Okay. Now let's think about your toes. Do you feel that your toes are touching the bottom of your shoe, or are your toes sticking up in the air? Okay. So the toes are meant to touch the ground. Okay. So now that we've done that, just sway right to left just a little bit and kind of just be very conscious of what your feet feel like right now. So like you're making an intentional connection between your brain and your foot and the ground. Okay? Okay. Now, when we sway back and forth, I want you to think about your center. So your center goes from middle of the nose, middle of the sternum, all the way down the belly button, cut you in half, right? So when I sway right to left, I want you to imagine your belly button coming over or towards the foot you're leaning towards. Okay? And I want you to imagine your belly button and your sternum moving together. So put a hand here, put a hand here. And as we sway back and forth, your two hands should stay stacked on top of each other. Okay? Good. So this is a way of making your weight shifting a little more conscious. So some of you are keeping the hands stacked on top of each other, and some of you look a little more like this. And the hands are sort of moving. So this tells me that when you're doing this, there's a hesitancy to bring your body weight over to that side. So, for some reason, that brain is telling me, no, I don't want to go over here. No, I don't want to go over here. So if you do this in front of the mirror, you can see if you're tipping like this, then something's not shifting weight right. Okay, good. All right, now find your way to the middle again and try to equalize your feet. All right, now from this position, we're going to do, this is another awareness exercise. We're going to do a swaying exercise. So first, all we're doing is standing straight, feeling the pressure in your feet, and now I want you to tighten your stomach muscles a little bit. And by all I mean by that is sort of drawing in your belly button a little bit, as if you're tightening, buttoning a pair of tight pants. Like you're just pulling in your belly button a little bit, just gently, not hard, just gently. Okay, and then once you do that, you feel a little bit stiffer. And what we're going to do is sway backwards. So what I mean by that is I'm going to just tip my body backwards just a little bit. Now, I don't want to see this. I want it to be like stiff as a board. And you're only looking for like a little tiny inch because this is an awareness exercise. I want you to feel what happens to your muscles. So body stays stiff, tip backwards. And I see a lot of the right muscle actions, but I want to know if you can feel them. So what does everybody feel? Quads. Scary. What else? Yeah, so it is scary going backwards, right? So then what happens when we feel kind of a fear of a movement? It's an actual thing, fear of movement. And then you start decreasing your movement and decreasing your movement and decreasing your movement because it feels uncomfortable. So somebody else said quad. So when I tip backwards, that's the normal reflexive response, is for the toes to come up, the muscles in the front of the shins to contract, and the quads to contract. Okay? So it's good. Yeah. So you might feel your toes here, your toe muscles, and your muscles that bring the ankle up are in your shin here. So you might feel something here tense up, and then the muscles here tense up. Okay? So that's good. So then the next one is going to be swaying forward. So instead of backwards, I'm going to, again, pull in the belly button, equal weight on both feet. I'm going to be stiff and sway forwards. And now what do you feel? Glutes. Neck. Nice. Neck. Okay. What else? Anybody else? Your heels are coming up. The toes are coming down. Exactly. Exactly. So as we tip forward, our plantar flexors, so we're going forward, so your muscles on the back side of your body, so yes, your neck muscles on the back side of you, the muscles on the bottom of your feet, the back of your calves, and your glutes, so the whole back side of you gets more activated because it's stopping you from falling forward, okay? So this is like one of those cool exercises you can do like when you're like in line somewhere, and you can just kind of tip back and forth. And you get a little bit of an ankle workout and a little bit of a quad, and you're training your balance reactions. Okay? So those are all normal reactions to shifting weight and balance. Okay. Perfect. All right, so far so good? All right, so now we're going to start our threshold, our baseline testing. So you're going to want your papers and probably be by the bar. If you feel like you're advanced, you could use a chair back.
I'm not advanced. I'm a baby.
You're a baby?
I'm a beginner.
I'm a beginner. Okay. So we're going to do these first on the solid surface like this. And then once we get through them, we're going to do them again on a softer surface. So I'll pull out the mats and we'll be standing on something squishier. Okay, so the first one says narrow base, eyes open. You're going to count for these. So what we're going for each one is to be able to maintain the balance for 30 seconds, okay? If you can do the thing for 30 seconds, then you're going to move on to the next one and make it harder, okay? So the first one is you're going to just stand with feet together. You're going to get nice and tall. You're going to tighten your belly button a little bit, and then you're going to let go. Eyes stay open, and you're going to count to 30. You count yourself in your mind. Try to keep equal weight on both feet, okay? Everybody's smashing it. And when you get there, you're going to just put greater than 30 in that box. Yeah. Okay. So now you're doing the same thing, but you're going to close your eyes. Okay? So come. So you're going to keep your feet together.